Hello, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Little Cup. I think it's Holiday Cup edition or something like this. I don't know. We're going to take a look here at the double buff variant of Pikachu Libre in this meta. We're going to have also a Gliscor, which got Sand Attack. Could I put on the thumbnail? I guess, I don't know. I don't know how much people care about this guy. But actually, there is a list that I have already of a lot of Pokemon I kind of want to take a look at. So stay tuned. I actually want to push out a little bit more Little Cup content because we have it for 2 weeks total as well this season. And to be fair, I don't think that this meta is too bad. And here, of course, Pikachu Libre getting a double buff is also quite nice. Thundershock and Thunder Punch both got buffed, while still the best move for this Pokemon is going to be that non-step. Flying Press. Flying Press is one of the strongest moves in the game. And so here in the first battle, we're going to encounter a Spinda against us, which is going to be a bit of an interesting choice as well. In the top team video, there's also a team with Spinda. And we're going to have a Wigglytuff in the back, which is going to be a bit of a trickier one. We have to hope that now one Aerial Ace is going to be enough from our Gliscor. Let's see if it's going to be enough here to knock them out. Aerial Ace is coming through, and we're going to be able to take the first victory. Moving on, we're going to have a Zubat against us now. This is going to be an interesting one for sure. We're going to have the Pikachu Libre Say-Stop here. In comes Cottony. We're going to get kind of hardwalled here, which is okay though, because we still have our Marowak in the back. And as you're going to see as well today, we're going to have a Marowak that's single moved. That is totally fine for this Pokemon. We don't actually need any more charge moves other than Bone Club. Yes, there might be 1 or 2 matchups where Shadow Bone would be nice. And if you think, oh, the opponent forfeited here. No, they didn't. Apparently, there is a bug currently in this meta. It is not in the Master League. I don't know what the difference is between Little Cup and Master League. But basically, the opponent's Pokemon don't disappear when you knock them out until the opponent stops in their new Pokemon. And it can be quite confusing when you see the Pokemon still floating around there with their HP. It's not even that they're at 0 HP or anything like this. They're still at the HP they were before they get knocked out. And yeah, it's a bit of a confusing thing there. It's just a visual bug there. Doesn't really impact you other than, being confusing. But sadly here, second battle, we're going to lose with 2 shields there. We should have... I don't think actually the opponent went for a single charge move though, so we couldn't shield anything. Next opponent, we're going to have here the Pikachu. Pikachu is going to be very good for us because we have Sand Attack on our Pokemon. And to be fair, I should make a video on this meta where I have like a challenge where I just don't use any charge moves at all. I feel like it's so easy for this meta to do that I kind of want to do that and just like, I have a team where I literally just don't go for a single charge move for the entire video. I think it would be kind of hilarious. Basically ending up with the opponent having every single game 2 shields left. I think it would be kind of hilarious. But as you can see here, we're going to get the full farm down with the Pikachu against the Chinchoo. In comes the opponent's Pikachu. We decide to use a shield here as well. Fly is coming through, and in comes a Litleo. That is going to be okay for us. We're going to be able to go still for another Flying Press. This is going to allow us to get the shield from them. We can stop onto the Gliscor, do some damage with Aerial Ace, doing a little bit more compared to that Night Slash. And we're going to put them into range now where I can fully farm them down, hopefully with my own Alolan Marowak. As the Flame Charge is coming through, they're going to do a little bit more damage, or they can go for the full farm down. And yeah, the opponent still stays there until they're going to go into their own Pikachu, where we're going to be able to go for a Bone Club and knock them out. And yeah, the single moved Pokemon here definitely is a solid choice still in this meta, which you see as well with this Pokemon. Milting is going to be next. This Pokemon is going to be also kind of more neutral to us. They could have access to the move Ice Beam, which would one-shot our lead, but then again, do they need to really use that much energy? This meta is literally kind of defined by Pokemon that don't really use a lot of energy for the charge moves, which here, for example, Body Slam would be one that Milting learns. We're going to have the Night Slash coming through again against the opponent. We're going to get the attack boost, which literally doesn't make any difference at all. They're going to swap out here into their own Marowak. We have our Marowak in there, and we kind of want to stay in this matchup because we should be able to win it because we have 1 fast move advantage. And this is basically all we need to win this matchup because we have, of course, the super effective Bone Club, which should be kind of enough to get the opponent into a range where we can knock them out. We have a Bone Club coming through here as well. It's going to be able to get the final shield from them. And to be fair, I make a mistake here. I should have just went ahead and let the move go through and went into my Pikachu Libre. Pikachu Libre would have been able to finish up the battle here, but the opponent makes a great play, catching the move on the Sand Slash. This is going to knock them out straight away. I'm forced to hope that they're going to go straight for the charge move, which they do. Now it's down to Pikachu Libre. Can Pikachu Libre fully farm the opponent before they're going to get to another move? Yes, it can, and this is going to be super important, and we can move on to the next opponent. Golett in the lead is going to be actually really good for us because we have also Night Slash, which is going to be super effective. That's going to give us the chance to boost or just knock them out straight away. We're going to take the knockout here and they're going to swap out into their Fungus. Fungus Among Us. It's going to be very solid for us as they have Astonish as a fast move. They have Body Slam. I think they have Foul Play and this can be a bit of a trickier one for our Fire and Ghost type Pokemon there. But as you will see here, you're gonna get to another Aerial Ace and the opponent decides to use a shield again, letting me swap out into my Marowak and I'm just gonna try to go for the full farm down. They decided to go for the bait first and I was thinking I'm just gonna use another shield here as well just to be safe. And they went for 2 Body Slams against my Ghost type Pokemon and they got actually away with it. But it doesn't really matter because they are very weak to the Marowak and as you can see as well, all the battles are super fast here with this team. It is quite a fast meta, which is kinda cool and we're gonna be able to win this battle. Moltres here is definitely something that I did not prepare for with this team. I can definitely be honest about this one. I did not really expect a Moltres. It is actually a Pokemon that's totally fine to deal with for us if it's not in the lead, because we have the Pikachu Libre, which can actually deal with this Pokemon. But yeah, we only have one Pokemon that can really deal with it. And especially if they're going to hardwall us with a Golett in the back, it is not going to be the best matchup. We will see, by the way, also every single battle that I did with this team here, it is insanely fast battles. So yeah, we have a lot of them here as well, as we got up to 15 minutes. So we have like, I think 14 battles here. I changed my team quite a bit. I first had basically a double electric line with the Marowak in the lead. And I just found one Golett and that was basically game over. And I decided immediately, yes, we cannot play this team. That is impossible to really win consistently if you have one hard typing that you're going to lose against. Here against the opponent, I just decided to forfeit. Nothing I could have really done there with the Marowak at the end. It is definitely a game loss there before. But as you'll see here, we're going to have a very neutral matchup. We're going to have the Diggersby against us here now. They're going to go for a Fire Punch. That is going to be a very neutral one here, as we're going to decide to go for the Night Slash. That's going to allow us to outspeed them all the time, because Night Slash needs a 1 less fast move, I think, compared to the Aerial Ace, which is going to be fine. We have the Fire Punch coming through from the opponent, and they swap out into the Litleo. And honestly, for Litleo, I should most likely just go into the Pikachu Libre, but I'm always not too sure if I'm going to be able to survive the 4 fast moves that I need to survive. So yeah, this is the thing with this. Litleo definitely a strong Pokemon here just because of the Incinerate damage and the crunch coverage, as you can see here. Next one, we're going to see the Pikachu coming back in, and sadly, the Incinerate is, the Flame Charge is going to be able to get us kind of low. We try our best to fully farm them down, but that's going to be a game loss. Next one, we're going to have the Wigglytuff here against us. We're going to swap out straight away into the Pikachu. To be fair, I kind of changed this matchup a little bit in later games. What I decided then afterwards is I just stay in, usually, with my Gliscor, go for an Aerial Ace, and then try to go into my Pikachu afterwards. We have the hardest answer here in the back with the Marowak. This is the best answer for it. And you still see me here use a shield because we are Shadow, because this meta is quite ridiculous in terms of damage. I decided to rather use a shield here even against a double resisted hit from a Wigglytuff, just to keep a little bit of health left on my Marowak, and I think it was definitely the right decision, because now I can use another shield here against the opponent's Charizard. I can just fully farm them down, get away with a nearly 2 charge moves, and again the Charizard is just chilling here for a little bit until the Wigglytuff comes back in. I'm not going to be able to knock them out, but I can go for the full farm now with my Gliscor. In the back it is going to be that Pikachu. They are forced to let the move go through here, which is great for us, as it's going to allow us to get a ton of damage onto them. And at this point, as long as we survive one Thunder... Oh wait, we still survive this move as well. Flying Press is never going to knock us out. We can just farm it down and win the battle. Fletchling is also not really ideal for us. Here we can swap out into our hard answer with a Pikachu. They swap out into the Marowak, which is actually totally fine for me, because I should be able to reach 2 Thunder Punches in time thanks to the additional energy that we got here. And we're going to be able to do exactly this. And I think this might be a Peter here. It looks like it at least. But no, apparently there was a Fire Spin coming through that we just didn't see on the screen, which knocks us out, which is okay. We get off a Shadow Bone here from the opponent, and I did not expect that they're going to have another Shadow Bone here. I decided to no-shield this one, but it is a Shadow Bone, and so we got kind of in a very tough position, because we have now the Pikachu Libre in the back. They're going to outspeed me here. To be fair, I should just try to fully farm them down, and I didn't, and this is, I guess, a mistake. I think I would have been able to do the full farm down here under normal circumstances, and so I would have allowed myself to have a little bit more energy with the Bone Clubs, but I'm not too sure if a Bone Club would have done enough damage against the Fletchling here. Could we win this battle? It would have been close, but I don't think so. I don't think there was a way of winning this battle, no matter what we would have done here, so Fletchling is sadly going to win against us. Losing to a Fletchling is definitely not something that I was really having on my list here today. There are a lot of very unique Pokemon that have some play in this meta, and honestly, I have to say, I enjoyed this meta. I definitely enjoyed this meta. While it was a very fast-paced meta and a lot of fast-move pressure teams were around, I really think that this is a very interesting and fun meta to play right now. So definitely something I would recommend you to give a try if you are unsure about it. And especially because of the Smeargle. Smeargle has not been there in any single game so far, so for sure something you should not really worry about at all. As you'll see as well, Litwick is coming in against us. We're going to have a decent answer with the Gliscor, as we know already that against the opponent's Vulpix, we should have a hard answer here with our Alolan Marowak. And what I did not know is Vulpix has a specific move as coverage, which I did have no idea about, which is Dark Pulse. And so we're actually going to lose this battle now, even though we had a perfect position to win if I just used the shield there, but I had no clue that the Alolan Vulpix learns Dark Pulse. I'm sorry, I had no idea. And as you're going to see as well, for the next battle, we're going to see on how we change this matchup a little bit. We decided to go for an Aerial AC instead, go into our Pikachu, go for the full farm down, get some energy, use a shield here, and this is going to look quite decent for us. As the Swift is coming through, they're going to go into the Marowak, we're going to outspeed them now and get 2 Fire Punches off against them, which is going to be totally fine. As Fire Punch, did I say? Thunder Punch, of course, here, which is going to allow us to get some damage against the opponent and get them low into the deep red health here. We can go back into the Gliscor and we can just basically sacrifice this Pokemon because we should be able to fully farm them down with our own Marowak as they go for the Shadow Bone, which we don't have, which we don't need. As you will see as well, we're going to still have our Bone Club and they have a Frigibax in the back. And honestly, I kind of would like to try this Pokemon out as well, but most likely rather with Ice Fang because look at this boy, he is hilarious and I want to have him on the thumbnail. That's, to be fair, the best kind of reasoning of picking certain Pokemon is if they look funny on the thumbnail. But as you will see here, Drifblim is coming in against us. Pikachu in the lead against us as well, which is going to be fine. We have now our Pikachu as well coming in, which is going to be able to go for those Thunder Shocks and Thunder Punches. We can use a shield here, and we're going to try to pressure the opponent. We can overfarm by a bit. I didn't really want to overfarm by too much because Pikachu Libre's HP stat and like just generally the defense is not the best, and so I rather decide to overfarm by only 1. At this point I should still be able to go for another Flying Press here. The Pikachu Libre gets hard-walled by Gliscor, which is great, so we're going to not really have to worry too much about the HP here anyway. They have the Litleo on the back again, and I have no idea why Litleo is all of a sudden so bulky in this meta compared to anything else. As we'll see as well, Sentech barely really touches this Pokemon even though it's super effective, and they have a ton of energy now that they're going to be able to use against our Marowak. They have 2 crunches stored already, they had 100 energy. We see the first crunch coming through, then we see the second crunch coming through, and now it depends if the opponent going to win the same P-tie against our Pikachu. We have a bit of attack, but we have also one that is traded RVs, and so if they're going to just have one standard, then they're going to be able to win, which they do here, so that's kind of unfortunate, kind of losing by, I don't know, like if it's a coin flip or just them having more HP, attack, of course. Final battle, we're going to have here the Ducklet in the lead. Ducklet is going to be a Pokemon that is definitely a little bit better back in the day. Now with the Wing Attack nerf, this Pokemon is kind of back to being not as strong anymore. Because as you can see as well here, they only got to the Bubble Beam. It doesn't really knock me out too much, or like hurt me too much. So I'm going to be able to still swap out into the Pikachu. And we're going to get out the Charmer from the opponent, which is fine. I'm definitely okay with that. As you'll see here, still Flying Press is going to be the better move to go for, even with the recent buff of Thunder Punch. Flying Press is just such a strong, hard-hitting move here. We will see that we're going to be able to get the opponent low, even though it's resisted, low enough that we can farm him down. Have again here the Cottony still staying on the field for ages just because the opponent waits until they swap out, and they swap onto the Chinchoo. This is going to be very solid for us because they are not running Bubble, they're running Spark, making this a very neutral matchup and generally speaking a matchup that we can win. We decided to use a shield, very likely going to be a Bubble Beam, but we can swap out afterwards into our Gliscor, getting out the opponent's Ducklet, allowing us to go for a Night Slash here again. It's going to be great as it's going to force the shield from the opponent. We are seeing the opponent going for another charge move as well, which is going to be fine. I'll let the move go through. I should be able to go for one more Fire Spin here, and another Fire Spin, and a Bone Club, and this is hopefully going to be enough to knock them out. It is double resisted, it is a non-stab, but it is not enough. And so we still get another fast move through, and with this we can go for another Bone Club here against the Chinchoo. This time around it is super effective, and it's going to allow us to win this final battle. This team actually was definitely very strong, I would recommend you this one, but also a lot of fun Pokemon for this meta. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like and check out the videos on the screen here, and I will see you then. Bye bye.